Welcome Kasturians to this concluding video of chapter The Industrial Revolution. In this video we will see the contemporary literature and we will have a debate that was it an industrial revolution or was it helpful for the people, it brought about development of the people, or it was actually something that deteriorated the city life as well as it disturbed the rural centers for trade. So let's start. The contemporary literature was actually the literature that described the suffering of the people during the Industrial Revolution. In this literature, the first and prominent one is the Hard Times, which was written by Charles Dickens, that reflected the contemporary industrial society and the deplorable conditions of poor people. Followed by Charles Dickens, it was D.H. Lawrence, who was a British essayist and novelist. He also described about the hardship of the people through his writing. Now we will have a debate in which the features that were favorable and the unfavorable conditions created by the Industrial Revolution, they are critically analyzed. So the term Industrial Revolution was used to describe the changes that occurred in Britain between the time period of 1780s to the 1820s, and it has been challenged by modern historians. In this industrialization, it was a gradual change in industrial sectors rather than a sudden revolution, and the concentration of workers in factories, the wide use of money by the big factory owners, etc., they were already existed prior to the 19th century. But this industrialization, it carried out these processes towards new levels, and the large areas of England, they were left unaffected by factories or mines. Therefore, the term industrial revolution, it was considered as incorrect. It will be better to say it as industrialization. That is, industrialization, it had centered on a few regions or cities such as London, Manchester, Birmingham and Newcastle. The remarkable growth of cotton textile industry, it was based on the non-British raw materials and sales abroad and no metallic money. Metallic money and steam power, they were rare till the 19th century, but the rapid growth in Britain, the imports and exports which were from 1780s, that occurred due to the resumption of trade with North America. The American War of Independence had disrupted this trade, and the sustained industrial growth was to be seen after 1815 to 1820, and for this the French Revolution had Napoleonic Wars that affected the industries and factories in the decades after 1793. In fact, industrialization is closely related with investment of capital, building of infrastructure, installing a new machines and rising productivity. Also, it was the rapid growth in British imports and exports from 1780 onwards that occurred due to the resumption of trade with the North America, and the American War of Independence had disrupted this trade. But for attaining sustained industrial growth, this was to be seen after 1850 or 1820. The French Revolution and Napoleonic Wars, it affected industries and factories, and during the decades which came after 1793, and industrialization, since it was closely related with investment of capital, so building of infrastructure, installing new machines and rising productivity, these were the main issues. However, the productive investment grew steadily only after 1820, and the cotton and engineering industries and iron industries, They alone accounted for less than half of the industrial population. Why the British economic growth was faster in 1815? Actually, it has been pointed out by the historians that from 1760s to 1815, the Britain, it tried to control, or it tried to do two things. First is simultaneously to industrialize and to fight war in Europe. And the borrowed capital, it was used to fight the wars rather than invested capital. And for this purpose, the tax was imposed and it was collected from the people. Nearly 35% of the cost of the war was collected from the people as tax. And the workers of factories and farms, they were transferred into the army, and rise in the food prices. The rise in the food prices, it adversely affected the buying of consumer goods by the poor, and the Napoleonic policies of blockade and British response to them, it led to the closing of Europe to British traders. And this word industrial, it was used with the word revolution. That too is limited, means the impact of the revolution is also restricted or limited. And the transformation, it extended beyond the economic or industrial sector, that also became apparent in the social sector. And the two prominent classes like the bourgeois and the proletarian laborers, these two increased. And that's all we have in this video. Thank you and have a nice day.